Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and today we're going to be taking a look at r/surviving infidelity, where OP's fiancé had a meltdown after getting her affair exposed. But before we begin, I just wanted to let you know that the original post was much longer and had multiple parts, but due to personal reasons, OP had to delete them and instead post this shorter version of the events that happened. And that's the story that we will feature today. So I hope you guys understand. I finally stood up for myself to my fiancé. Posted by Reddit user Bullfrog Profile.
Hey everyone. In short, fiancé had affair starting in July, going on dates, physical affair, even meeting up with the affair partner overseas. I was trickled truth and found out the majority in September. She found my Reddit profile teach and score, which is my entire story. I finally did it. Even after D-Day, she was lying to me about still seeing affair partner. On Tuesday, her Gmail was up on my computer. I remembered seeing a name come across her phone and decided at random to search the name. I found Airbnb receipts, emails, and a folder of photos of them on their dates and kissing as recent as last weekend. The visuals flipped the switch. The next night, I sat down with my family and told them everything. I couldn't lie to them anymore. I felt a weight lifted off my shoulders. My parents were happy. They and my fiancé had a lot of history. I sent her a text to gather her things and please move out to live with her mom. She said it wasn't cool. I flipped a switch and kicked her out. The next night, she stopped by to grab more things. She went through my Apple Watch and found out I told my family. She flipped, threw my clothes outside, saying this is all my fault, sucked in bed, didn't have sex enough, let your little forum make you believe you were perfect, and if you did everything right this would have still happened. Now, she's texting me she misses me, willing to do anything to be together. She doesn't want to move out. Yet, when asked, still won't come clean about still seeing affair partner. You had months, you saw me at my worst, and kept seeing affair partner. I saved the photos and emails for evidence. Seeing all of it just changed me entirely. It's like my brain won't let me get sad anymore when I have those bad waves. I can't get those pictures out of my head. I feel as if I am able to finally move on by not having her here. TLDR, lied to since D-Day. Came across pictures, stood up for myself and had wayward partner move out. Now they are wanting to stay together.
OP, everyone has a line which cannot be crossed. She probably assumed that you continue to pine over her, to take her back, to forgive her, and so on. She has no idea that she pushed you over that line and is surprised by that. Good on you for exposing her, OP. Good on you for kicking her sorry ass out. But you're very early in the process. She will try to love bomb you, to ask you for forgiveness, to do all sorts of begging, pleading, and manipulation to take her back. You will hit a point of loneliness, of thinking about the good times, and you're gonna eventually miss her. But those are the moments to look at the evidence and let it harden your heart against her attempted manipulation. Since your parents have a history with her, if you feel like your resolve is weakening, OP, go talk to them. Let them remind you of how much of a piece of shit your ex is. They're your support network. You can lean on them more. Good luck and stay strong, man. Now for today's second story. Is my reaction to being cheated on and left by my fiancé unnatural? Posted by Reddit user OKSafety8707.
I'm 28 male. Had one lover my entire life. We met as adults when I was 24. Growing up due to anxiety, I always had trouble being intimate with women and feared I would spend my life alone. She at the time saved me. She was extremely soft, kind, and patient, and I fell deeply in love with her. I didn't think it was possible to be so connected to someone. She was my best friend in every single way. We moved to a beach town together and I was 100% positive that my life would entail raising a family and growing old with her. To my complete shock, she randomly told me she is cheating on me with her coworker and leaving me. Sorry to those who have already read this part of the story. Anyways, I fell into a very real, very scary state of depression. For the past month I've been physically unable to get out of bed until 2 to 3 p.m. I've lost 20 pounds and I'm already a really skinny dude. I'm on meds that don't seem to be working and seeing a therapist. I have a solid career in government that I'm essentially trashing. I have a great supervisor who gave me a lot of sick leave, but my plan is to move back to my mom's with no job lined up and completely restart at age 28. I simply can't work right now and can't stay here alone in this town. I guess my purpose of this post is to see if this is beyond the scope of what is normal after experiencing this, and I'm dealing with a bigger problem than situational depression. Has anyone else been here? I now know why this sub is called Surviving Infidelity.
OP, it's not uncommon for the betrayed to become very depressed. However, this isn't your fault. It never was. You were forcefully placed in that position by your selfish partner. You must realize something, OP. You must realize that no one should ever love someone else more than they could love themselves. You can't allow your past to dictate your future actions. Seek counseling for depression specifically. If you're already taking a prescription, it may have run its course and your body has become immune to it. Therefore, you may need a different one. Go consult your therapist on this. Our final story is from r/relationship advice. My ex-husband's daughter just announced that she's getting married. Posted by Reddit user @ring.
My ex-husband and I married too young. It was a classic white wedding with vows and the tradition of passing down a family ring. My ex was given his great-grandmother's wedding ring to give to me on our wedding day. We had a wonderful start, but we both really weren't ready to settle. He cheated on me and my drinking turned into alcoholism. We divorced and the ring was never really discussed, so I've kept it all this time. We married at 19 and divorced by 22. Luckily, we didn't have kids. We went our separate ways. He found someone and remarried and had a girl and boy. My journey has been harder. Alcoholism took many things from me, but I kept the old wedding ring. Never pawned, traded, or lost it, even during some really dark times. Even though my marriage ended, it was like a memory of a better time. I've gotten clean and so far, I'm on a long winning streak getting my life put back together. Through the gossip lines I found out my ex is still married, and his daughter, their oldest, just got engaged. I still have his great-grandmother's ring. He had talked with me before we even married how he wanted to pass it down to his daughter one day. We haven't talked once after all these years. I don't know if he still wants his daughter to have this ring. Maybe he's forgotten about it. I feel conflicted what to do. It wasn't a good ending. We were so young and stupid and mutually overly entitled. Should I get in touch or let sleeping dogs lie? Mail it as a wedding gift with a card anonymously. Or say it's from me.
Okay, look, OP, you got married pretty young. I mean, 19, that is so young. You're basically still a child. So of course you're gonna make some stupid decisions. He became a cheater and you became an alcoholic. That's just part of life. We make mistakes. But OP, the daughter is innocent. She didn't have anything to do with your husband's past infidelity. So, OP, become that angel. Be a complete and wonderful angel and send him the ring back with a little note that says you remember how he had hoped to give this to his own child someday and that you wish him and the young couple happiness. Look, I know you have no legal obligation to do this, of course, and you really have no moral imperative too. But OP, we don't get that many chances in our lives to give someone as much joy in a single gesture as you would by putting that ring back into his family. So go do it, man. It's just the right thing to do. And now, for OP's update.
So, small recap. My ex-husband and I exchanged wedding vows and I was given his great-grandmother's wedding ring. We divorced, his cheating, my drinking, and the ring was never discussed and I ended up saving it as a keepsake all these years, as a memory of another life I once had. I'm clean now for a long while and I recently spoke with a friend who knows of my ex's family and brought up how his daughter recently got engaged. I immediately thought of the ring. It was to be passed down to our daughter if we had had children. This being a family heirloom, it compelled me to return it even though it's been decades since my ex and I last spoke and not even sure he'd want it back. After posting here for advice, I decided I needed to do this for his family. I had the ring professionally cleaned at a jeweler and given a pretty box to put it in. While I was there, I took the advice of one commenter and ordered myself a ring. Instead of an inset diamond, I gave mine a ruby. It was my grandmother's name and she never gave up on me, and it seemed fitting considering the other ring belonged to a great-grandmother. I decided to have maybe a cliché engraving of the word forward, because that's how I've made it here to where I am now, by moving forward. My ex lives about 2 hours into town and I had a girlfriend come with me. First, we drove by and there weren't any cars, so we grabbed lunch and tried again. This time someone was home, and I decided to leave things be. I had my friend go up to the door and knock. I saw him open the door. She handed him the package and pretty much headed straight back to the car. He didn't say much, she told me. Seemed a bit confused, but thanked her and that was it. I didn't get to see if it made him happy, or if he called his mother saying the ring found its way home. I imagine him beaming while explaining the ring to his wife as he passes it to his daughter. It is fun to imagine. I also imagine a lot of crying and hugging. But that's probably going too far. I had a note with it. I wrote almost exactly what a commenter suggested. It's been an honor and privilege to be part of the history of this ring. Please accept it back with best wishes to your family and to your daughter's engagement. In a way, I kinda like not knowing how everyone reacted. I can daydream about it, my own fairy tale. I didn't include any way to contact me, just my name. I found him and feel if he wants to, he'll find me. But I don't see much point. Our time was short and it ended, and this is probably the best closure I never expected. It makes my heart lighter. Thank you all for helping and sharing this with me. TLDR, after the divorce I had kept the ring, and now I've returned it back home. I probably won't ever know how well it was received, but I imagine happiness, and that's what I'm sticking with.
You started in a relationship with the best intentions. It didn't work out and your life went sideways. You moved on and healed to the point that you could show your former cheating husband kindness and grace without expecting anything else in return. OP, you're a good person. I'm proud of you. Well done. Well fucking done. This story is so wholesome and I'm so glad that this was the ending to our episode today. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my YouTube channel for you to watch absolutely free. So consider clicking that super thanks just below the video title, or you can use my PayPal in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, make sure to subscribe to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.